So, the PR trend we are going to be looking at today is influencer partnerships in a cancelable culture. More specifically, we are going to be looking at the case of the e.l.f. and Matt Rife campaign. So, just some background information. On August 11th of this year, e.l.f. released a campaign with Matt Rife, who's a comedian, and then drag queen Heidi and Closet. And in this campaign, they play affordable beauty attorney, so basically ensuring that consumers are able to get affordable beauty products. And this really matched e.l.f.'s message and kind of ideas behind their brand, just because e.l.f. has a reputation for being a budget-friendly beauty brand. And so in the past, their campaigns are usually centered around inclusivity and interests that usually align with Generation Z. In the past, Matt Rife has sparked a lot of controversy because of one of the most popular controversies being the domestic violence joke that he made in his 2023 Netflix special, as well as a lot of other remarks he's made that were deemed sexist or ableist. And so e.l.f.'s collaboration with Rife caused a lot of backlash, as you can imagine, and this kind of showed how collaborations between brands and public figures or influencers can cause a brand to risk their credibility. So PR and Publix, PR-wise, this campaign was intended to be a humorous promotion utilizing a polarizing public figure, well, multiple public figures that could relate to audiences, but Rife's reputation ultimately caused e.l.f. a lot of backlash. And so e.l.f.'s target publics are usually, when it comes to consumers, are usually young women, as well as members of Generation Z. And so their consumers believed that this collaboration didn't follow the brand's beloved image of inclusivity and diversity, kind of an idea that they were used to when it came to this brand. So on the other hand, Matt Rife's fan base came in with a lot of support for this collaboration. Influencers and social media users only amplified the controversy when it came to this campaign. And so what happened? We know this campaign was released, and immediately there was criticism from consumers who were offended that this brand used Matt Rife just because of his controversial history, and they believed that it contradicted the brand's traditional ideals of diversity and inclusivity, these ideals are why they supported e.l.f. And social media and influencers commented on this controversy, and this caused the controversy to trend. And so e.l.f. ultimately released a public statement expressing an understanding that they missed the mark with their campaign. So on the right, we see the message they put out. From the format, I'm guessing this was an Instagram story. So they kind of explained what they were aiming to put out with this campaign, what message they were attempting to achieve. Ultimately, this fell flat, but they did not remove the campaign from their website. They did keep it up. And so ultimately, this was a fail. The brand obtained notice from Rife's fan base. They achieved a new audience, but the brand failed to align with its previous image and caused discourse in their targeted publics. So they aligned with the comedian who has been quote unquote canceled for certain comments that they usually would not have aligned with in the past. So they alienated Generation Z as well as young women consumers who were offended by this campaign. So overall, e.l.f. risked appealing to their publics for a viral moment that put their values into debate. So if I was in charge or if I was on their PR team, I would formulate this plan. In the beginning, I would run very thorough background checks on influencers or anyone that the brand is aligning with in a campaign, just to kind of make sure that we aren't aligning with someone that would have controversies that would bring into debate our ideals and what a brand stands for. So at the height of this, if a controversy were to happen or the brand were to receive backlash like e.l.f. did in this instance, I would address the public's concerns directly. e.l.f. initially failed to make a personalized statement and to halt this campaign, and this offended a lot of consumers that they kept this campaign up. A lot of consumers felt that their worries weren't being listened to, their concerns weren't being valued. And so e.l.f. ultimately failed to address their publics. And so long term, I would focus on rebuilding the trust with the target publics that e.l.f. kind of destroyed. And I would make sure to incorporate diversity just because this was a big part of their campaigns in the past. As we can see on the right with this image from Black Enterprise, e.l.f. Beauty stands firm on diversity stances amongst companies that were eliminating DEI. So this diversity and inclusion are a big part of e.l.f.'s brand. So my goal would be to move the narrative of this campaign towards the idea that it was taken as a lesson rather than simply the controversy being brushed under the rug. Elf needs to prove that they learned from this event that happened from this campaign. And then just some articles I found some information from.